Sometimes the women themselves fought. We can't even figure out how many women dressed up as men and enlisted in the Army. My students say, well, how could they not tell a man from a woman? Puberty didn't happen as early as it does today. And the average 16, 17-year-old boy who enlisted probably didn't have more than peach fuzz on his cheeks. So it was easy for a woman, if she had breasts, to tie them down and cut her hair short and pass herself off as a man. The most famous of these women was a woman named Deborah Sampson, who fought for 3 years in the American Revolution in battle, was wounded twice, and no one discovered she was a woman until she came down with camp fever. And they opened her shirt and got a big surprise. There's a wonderful 19th century painting of this, late 19th century, the high Victorian era, very proper. They covered piano legs because they might excite men's prurient interests. Very genteel. So here's the painting. There's a group of soldiers surrounding a body lying on the ground. I have no idea why they would have been there, but they were there. Lying on the ground in the light is this soldier in one of those big blousy white shirts that Johnny Depp wears in Pirates of the Caribbean. And there's a doctor leaning over this figure on the ground, and he has opened up the shirt, and a rosy breast has popped out. And all of the men and the doctor are all going like this. That's not really how it would have happened in the 18th century. Deborah Sampson was honorably discharged, and she got a pension, a soldier's pension, a veteran's pension. And when she married and she died, her husband sued successfully for a widow's pension for her heroic participation in the war. Almost at every turn, whether it was the women in the forts, all of whom were known as Molly Pitchers, there is no such person named Molly Pitcher. I know that our neighboring state, I live in New York, my neighboring state of New Jersey has a rest stop named for Molly Pitcher, but there really is no such person. All the women in the forts were called Molly Pitchers because Molly was a common nickname, and the women ran out from shelter with pitchers of water to cool down the cannon. So the men would fire the cannon, they would shout Molly Pitcher, and the women would run out. Well, sometimes they were wounded, sometimes they were killed because shells were coming and arrows were coming over the fortress walls. Sometimes they took the men's place at the cannon, and some of them, like Hannah Corbin of New York, actually got a veteran's pension for having been wounded while she was operating a cannon.